Hello, my name is Demitra Novinger, and this is my submission to the Bracken Library regarding my experience with the coronavirus pandemic. My experience with the coronavirus started in February. I work in a child care center as I was a lead teacher, stepped down to be just a floating assistant teacher, and since the pandemic has come, I've been promoted to a health and wellness coordinator, so I work with all of the rooms in the classroom to follow our new procedures from the CDC and from our own personal policies. So in February, at school at Ball State, some of the teachers, mostly I found the teachers from Asian countries or of Asian descent, started canceling classes because of what was happening and what was coming out of China. And they were anticipating what we already know to be true and the disaster that has come about. Families at the center that were of Asian descent also started pulling their children. Now, at this point, we all kind of thought they were crazy. We hadn't seen anything to show that this was necessary, that this was as serious as they were making out to be. We were just amping up our cleaning procedures and going with the flow, essentially. Well, that was before the coronavirus actually got here. And when it got here, in early March, Ball State decided to close down, as well as many other colleges go completely online. And the week of St. Patrick's Day, after my center being adamant that we would stay open as long as we possibly could, we closed on St. Patrick's Day. And we remained closed until the 27th of April. During that time, I did not miss a paycheck. I pulled in some extra income nannying two girls that went to the center who were children of a nurse and a teacher who needed the extra help at home and lived a block away from me. My fiance works in a library. It's publicly funded through tax dollars and is budgeted out through the year. She never missed a paycheck, but we still received our stimulus check, and we still needed that. Because even though we were still receiving income, everything became harder to get. Everything became harder to figure out. And the stress and depression that came with all of this mess, we're still dealing with. We're still dealing with randomly being angry for no reason. Just sitting there, you just suddenly became angry because of how much stress we're under, how much duress. And the constant concern that what if I get it, what if I get it, what if I get it. My personal experience with this has been shaped by the fact that I'm extremely extroverted, and being on lockdown, being away from all my family, it's been over 130 days since I've seen half of my family, since I've seen my fiance's family, and that is crippling at times. It's terrifying to me to see how much I've missed, especially with my niece and nephew who I've raised since they were born. They're 6 and 4, and they had to go through all of this without me. And that's a consequence that some people don't even know exists, because they live in Kokomo and I live here. And out of respect for them, for myself, and for our own safeties, I decided to stay away. And I've always called them, I do what I can, but it's not the same. And it's never going to be the same. And nothing probably will be the same after this because of everything that's happened and because of the poor reactions from our government. I wish we could have been like those families in the beginning who I thought were crazy, who everyone kind of shunned away for taking such abrupt action, and then they were able to simply say, I told you so. I wish we could have been like Italy or China, in fact, who handled this so much better than we could have. And it's due partly, in fact, to our government, but it's also partly to our population and the ignorance of said population to data and science. And the fact that science is not well understood here, not well taught here in schools, means that we have to deal with people who think that their science is the only science. And that is the reason we're still in this mess. Every day I deal with people who think that just because I handle their children on a daily basis means they don't have to social distance or wear masks around me. But I have no idea where they've been. Just because I hold your kid for 5 minutes in the morning to take them inside does not mean I have any connection to you. And that idea is hard to get past. It's hard to get past the fact that many people are not social distancing anywhere with complete strangers. People who normally, if you got too close, would tell you to back up, are the ones who you want to tell to back up. And it's startling to me to see the parallels between their behavior and the behavior that they would regard as rude and disrespectful. Another thing that I would mention about all this mess is that it is becoming extremely difficult for people to get health care that they need. For example, my grandmother has dementia, and it has gotten to the point, it's been like this for a while, but it's most definitely gotten to the point now where she needs to be in a home. There's no way for my father to take care of her the way that she needs to be. But putting her in a home in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic is probably the scariest thing that my family has ever had to deal with, because it's almost safer to leave her at home where she's in constant danger of falling and not getting the care that she needs or the respect that she deserves as an individual than to put her in a home where she could just contract the virus and die. And that's a catch-22 that I would have never thought we would have had to deal with this year. And I just hope that this video and my personal experience makes sense to the people who experienced it and stands as a testament that even though I never missed a paycheck, I got paid, I got my stimulus check, I still suffered. I never contracted the virus. I know of 2 people who've gotten it. That's it. And I still am deeply affected by this in every way imaginable. And that's all I have to say on that. Thank you.